What's going on, Raptors Nation? Luca Rosano here, back with another video. And in this one, I wanted to react to a Bleacher Report article that predicted the win-loss record for every NBA team in the NBA, including the Toronto Raptors. So we are going to take a look to see how many games Bleacher Report has the Raptors winning and the reasoning behind Bleacher Report's Raptors record prediction. I did write an article about this earlier today. You can check that out at raptorsnation.com. Also, hit a like on this video and please subscribe to the channel. And of course, go and follow me on Twitter. That is at Luca Rosano3. So we are going to get into it. And I'm going to share my screen here so we can take a look at Bleacher Report's prediction for the Raptors 2023-2024 season. Of course, the NBA schedule has been released. It was officially released on Thursday. So we know the games. We know when they're going to be happening. Now it's about how the Raptors are going to fare during their new season. So we are going to read Bleacher Report's reasoning behind giving the Raptors their 36-46 record. And the Raptors over-under for this season is 36.5. So Bleacher Report has the Raptors going under with them winning 36 games. And essentially, Bleacher Report has the Raptors as a lottery team. You need at least 40-plus wins to make the play-in, as the Raptors were 41-41 last season, got into the play-in, but as we know, they got eliminated by the Chicago Bulls in the play-in tournament. Here is the description, what they say about why they gave the Raptors the record that they did. The Toronto Raptors X factor is point Scottie Barnes. He was more of a lead creator in college than he's been in the NBA, but his ultimate ceiling is most likely reached in that role. With his own lack of shooting, he's an easier assignment if he's playing off the ball. Defenses can simply sag off him and help on drivers. If Barnes is the initiator and surrounded by shooting, in theory, OG Anunoby and Gary Trent Jr. can provide that. Toronto might have a more dynamic attack in 2023-2024 than it did last season. And despite an offseason packed with trade rumors, multi-time All-Star Pascal Siakam is still on the team too. But losing Fred VanVleet for nothing hurts. Over the last 3 years, the Toronto Raptors were plus 3.1 points per 100 possessions when he was on the floor and minus 2.1 without him. His 37.3 career three-point percentage will be sorely missed by a team that was already bad from the outside in 2022-2023. Of course, incoming point guard Dennis Schroeder will shoulder some of that playmaking burden. And again, Barnes will help too, but the already mediocre Raptors are likely to stay there without VanVleet. So let's start with what they say about losing Fred VanVleet. I do agree it's going to hurt the Raptors in terms of their shooting and their offense. Let's not forget, last season the Raptors did struggle at times shooting the basketball, and their offense did look stagnant. However, I think by losing VanVleet, it could have a positive spin on this team, because that will, in essence, provide more opportunities for other players on this team, including their X factor, which I agree with, being Scottie Barnes, especially Scottie Barnes at the point. We still don't know for certain what the Raptors are going to do with their lineups, but if Scottie Barnes is indeed the starting point guard of this team, which I'm in favor of seeing it, Scottie Barnes is going to have the ball in his hands a lot. And I think the Raptors season is going to come down to Scottie Barnes' development, Scottie Barnes being able to run the point effectively, being able to be a great playmaker, which we know he is definitely more than capable of being. But it's going to come down to Scottie Barnes just developing and getting better at other areas of his game. Will his shooting increase? If Scottie Barnes wants to see success, he needs to become a better shooter from the field from three. His pick and roll game, being a point guard, that's going to have to be much better. And under a guy like Darko Rajakovic, who is a pick and roll expert, that should help Scottie Barnes' development in that field. Can Scottie Barnes truly maximize his full potential on the defensive end? I think it was Paul George who said that he can see Scottie Barnes being a Defensive Player of the Year award winner. If it all comes together for Scottie and Scottie Barnes takes that next step, he takes that leap, because let's call it for what it is. All eyes are going to be on Scottie Barnes' third year. A lot of people, a lot of fans are expecting Scottie Barnes to take that leap and have a much better season than a season ago. He's coming off an underwhelming sophomore season. So if Scottie can burst onto the scene in year 3, the Raptors are going to benefit as a whole. Now, My reaction to Bleacher Report's record, I think it's fair because there is a lot of uncertainty with this team. And the Eastern Conference got very tough. A lot of the playoff teams are probably still going to be there. The teams below the Raptors a season ago are expected to be much better. Teams like Indiana, Orlando. So I get why they're underestimating the Raptors and they're not shooting high with their number of wins. 36 is pretty low. If Scotty Barnes takes a year 3 leap and he and Pascal Siakam coexist and both flourish together, because at this point, I don't see the Raptors trading Siakam, at least for the time being, unless something drastic happens last minute. If that happens, I think the Raptors will exceed expectations and they will get over this 36.5 win total that's been placed for them. So overall, I understand where Bleacher Report's coming from. I understand why they gave the Raptors this record. But if Scotty Barnes truly takes that leap and he and Siakam show that they can indeed coexist, play well with each other, and then obviously you got some other good things that happen for this team. Can OG Anunoby take a leap? Can Gary Trent Jr. get better? The bench, which right now it's looking pretty good. I mean, if Scotty Barnes is a starting point guard, you're looking at a bench that's going to have Dennis Schroeder as a true backup point guard. The Raptors haven't had one of those in a while. Schroeder's been playing consistently well during the World Cup, and we know what Schroeder can do, just seeing how he spent his time with the Lakers. Then you got, Grady Dick, who's going to have a lot of expectations, a lot of high hopes on him. Otto Porter Jr. didn't play at all last season for the Raptors. He's going to be back. Then you got Boucher, Precious. So the bench could actually be good. It's going to be about, can the starters gel together and can this experiment with Point Scotty leading the way work? And if it does work, then the Raptors are going to get over this 36.5 wins. But if things go south, Bleacher Report might be on the nose when it comes to the Raptors winning 36 games. So worst case scenario, I can see this coming to fruition. Best case scenario, I can see the Raptors going over the win total and into the 40-win mark for this season. But what do you think about this? Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's unfair? And how many wins do you see the Raptors finishing with? Do you think they're going to exceed this win total with flying colors, or do you think it's going to be a struggle for the Raptors this season? Do you think the Raptors are going to be a playing team, a playoff team, a lottery team? I'll definitely do another piece, another video going more in depth of how I see the Raptors stacking up in the East. But for this one, I just wanted to simply stick with the Bleacher Report article looking at the win-loss prediction for the Raptors. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit a like on the video, guys, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. This is Luca signing off. And until next time, stay safe.